Mets. Fancy a gander? Fine wares all.
I suppose I could indulge you.
What should I be telling?
This? This might be worth a read.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Now, where was I bound again?
Lots to do.
To each their own, as they say.
There's got to be a way to earn more coins than this.
I hope the weather holds.
I ought to turn in.
Gather round.
Tell is, Vermund was once a bee-string kingdom.
Fascinating.
Indeed, though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
Greatly appreciate a coin or two to soak my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, and your focus apply to this tale of a giant who touches the sky. Our hero, oft forgotten by history in spite of his word, awoke one fell morning.
Say, have you been to Harp? Well, if you do visit, you might want to give the old man who lives there a wide berth. I hear he sets out to sea on his boat, day after day, only to be returned to shore by the brine again and again. As if that wasn't queer enough, he's apt to talk your ear off about some world he believes lies beyond the sea. I cannot fathom his obsession. I suppose losing his family must have driven him to madness.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might...
Hard to make ends meet these days. No harm can come of a bit of kindness, I always say. No harm can come of a bit of... Hard to make ends meet these days.
I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. But it's clear this storytelling's got little to do with his wealth. So where's he get his coin, then? Makes a man wonder, it does. Could be he's involved in something untoward, eh?
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master story.
Will nothing exciting ever happen here? One day, I'm going to have proper raiment. How to spend the day?
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
We ought to put it to good use.
And should my story entertain you? No, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, and your folk... Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller? Much appreciated. Gather round, treat you...
Would that the gold would only rain down on my head. Monsters and bandits are a plague upon my business.
Gather round, treat your
say, have I seen you around? I'm always willing to lend a helping hand.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, and your focus apply to this tale of a giant who touches the sky. Our hero, oft forgotten by history in spite of his word, awoke one fell morning to rumbling earth. In a panic he started, out the front door he leapt, to behold what had approached a night as he slept. 'Twas a mysterious figure, but be it friend or foe, on shaking legs did he approach, the better to know. Yet he did not get near, for afore him stretched the sea. The figure was striding through waters up to the knee. This realization explained the bizarre. What had appeared close was being seen from afar. But truly, the figure was mammoth in size, tall enough to be blinded by the clouds in the skies. One thing was certain. Should it walk upon land, no city, no mountain would outlast its hand. So he challenged its ingress with voice loudly drawn, and in an instant the giant was gone. Aye, in the face of his valour, the gigantus did pale. But who among them can name the hero of our tale? 'Twas none other than Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
Now, this is a place to forget one's troubles.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Oh, good to see everyone. Find silver effort and scarce any point to show.
Well met, sir.
I'll pour out his eyes.
How are we to find with such worn-out gear?
Please, this not silly. It is a fine thing.
Time to head to market, methinks.
I've been on my feet all day. My legs are as lead.
Now seems a fine time to sort through your belongings, Master.
Perhaps 'tis time we returned to our base of operations and deposited some of our finds.
What should I do? Don't know what to do.
Wish I'd been born a nobleman, son. What the eggs?
Let me get that.
It's been a hard day.
Alms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
I'm going to go exploring.
Meat would be nice, if 'twere so costly. Life can be tiring even if you've no troubles.
Wish 'twere always night. And I only had to sleep.
Tis no more or less than what one might have expected.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Rejoice, my darling, for your Albert is returned.
Welcome home, dear.
I spend my days spinning yarns, only to come home to a wife for whose radiance I have no words. If there is a more fortunate fool in the city, I have yet to meet him.
Oh, you bold-faced flatterer.
Let's see.
Interested in my wares? We do to neglect proper nutrition.
I'm always willing to lend a helping hand. I'm always willing to lend a...
Go on, have a look.
They're all watching me. I swear it.
I pity those content to live in idleness.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of tipplers and merrymakers alike. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Well, I ne'er.
Time to be heading.
Go on, have a look.
I dare not.
What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you. Listen up, you lot. Albert, King of Beggars, has come to quench your thirsts. Aye, the ale's on me tonight, so drink up, my friends. Drink your fill. What would you of me? Oh,
I'd sooner not associate. This is my place. The more the merrier.
Is it true you're the Arisen? That's what I've heard. Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting of being the Arisen over in the tavern about 6 months ago. Just be sure you play your part well, whatever the truth. The Arisen takes the crown here in Vermund, after all. The fellow Drake or two, and I reckon you'll earn the people's faith. Good luck to you.
Will this take long? I've ought to be doing.
Interested in my wares?
You don't look like much.
This performance is the pinnacle of its ilk.
Whatever it is, I'll have to hear it another time.
Well met. This, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Keep those orders coming. This fearsome world of ours is best met with stiff drinks and cheery hearts, I say.
Interested in my wares? I mustn't falter.
I'm scarce of 40 people's
My bad.
work these days.
And I shan't resist.
I'm going to go exploring.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away.
My bed.
I'm gonna make it a coin here.
And I shan't resist. grey matter requires a little stimulation.
Stock up on the basics. Flour, salt, fats.
Time to be heading.